Hi, this is Stephanie Falck, a research tech from the Eastern Oregon Ag Research Center, and I'm here to present an Eastern Oregon Ag Minute. This week, I'll be discussing some developments in the equine industry. A few weeks ago, I discussed the hereditary disease HERDA, or HC. This is a disease found in quarter horses tracing back to Poco Bueno that causes a skin defect. It's a disease caused by a homozygous recessive gene. When expressed, it causes a collagen defect in the skin of affected horses, resulting in a lack of adhesion in the deep layers of skin. Trauma to the skin results in skin wounds that won't heal. Most affected horses have a poor quality of life and are typically euthanized. While often called a cutting horse problem, it's important to note that leading Western pleasure sire Zippo Pine Bar was also a carrier. There's now a genetic test available for this disease through Cornell University. The test will identify carriers, afflicted horses, and normal horses. The test uses mane hair samples. For more information, call 607-253-3608. UC Davis is also offering the test now as well. You can find more info online or by calling the AQHA. Recently, the latest edition of Nutrient Requirements for Horses became available to the public. This is the first update since 1989, so there has been a lot of new research done that's included in this edition. One of the neatest features is that there's an online program that allows you to see your horse's requirements and check for any deficiencies. The web address is nrc88.nas.edu/nrh. Be aware that the program uses the metric system. To make this a little easier, keep in mind that an 1,100-pound horse weighs about 500 kilograms. Recently, the American Quarter Horse Association announced that it will begin keeping voluntary records of horses vaccinated against equine viral arteritis. Equine viral arteritis, or EVA, is an infectious viral disease of horses that causes a variety of clinical symptoms, most significantly abortions. The disease is transmitted through the respiratory and reproductive systems. While it does not kill mature horses, EVA can eliminate an entire breeding season by causing numerous mares to abort. In addition, U.S. horses that test positive for EVA antibodies and horse semen from EVA-infected horses can be barred from entering foreign countries. Vaccination for this disease is a little more involved than other diseases because vaccinated horses will shed the virus, forcing vaccinated horses to be quarantined from non-vaccinated horses for 21 days. The disease can be transmitted by ship semen, so breeders looking at a particular stallion need to find out his EVA status. You will be able to call the AQHA and check and see if they have an EVA report on a particular horse. There is currently only one horse slaughter plant operating in the U.S., the Caval plant in Illinois. They had obtained an emergency stay to continue operation, but then the Illinois legislature voted to ban slaughter. That is now under review and they are temporarily open, but things are changing day to day. The plant in Texas has also been shut down. However, these horses aren't finding their way to a refuge, they're going to Canada and Mexico. According to last week's USDA export summary, 786 horses crossed the U.S.-Mexican border as slaughter horses. The previous week, there were about 1,400 horses shipped to Mexico. For the year to date, 13,000 horses have been sent to Mexico for slaughter, dramatically up from the 3,000 shipped last year. The number crossing is influenced by if the plant is open in the U.S. The weeks they are running, there is a decrease in the number of animals shipped to Mexico. If the American Horse Slaughter Prevention Act passes Congress, it will permanently ban slaughter in America and prohibit anyone from transporting horses to slaughter for human consumption. This would also prohibit sending horses to slaughter in Canada and Mexico. What's going to happen to the more than 100,000 animals sent to slaughter each year? And how will it affect the local horse markets? Only time will tell, but likely things are going to get worse before they get better. Earlier in the week, I discussed some of the big topics going on in the equine industry at this time. Today's discussion is going to be a bit on the lighter side. Foaling is now in full swing. One thing I was taught on a thoroughbred farm in Kentucky is nail testing mares. This is an old wives' tale that will tell you if a mare is bred and what sex the foal is. Start by plucking a tail hair from your pregnant mare, then tie a horseshoe nail to the end of it. Hold this up above the mare's hips. If it doesn't swing, she's not pregnant. If it swings in a circle, she's carrying a filly, and if it swings in a straight line, it's a colt. Now there's no scientific basis to this, but it's a fun thing to try. You can also use a string test to see how tall a young horse is going to be. There are 2 different methods to this one. The first is to stretch a rope from the elbow to the fetlock. Now that you've got the distance, keep your hand where the fetlock measurement is, and leave the other hand at the point of elbow. Then bring the lead rope to the top of the withers. That's where your horse should mature to. The second method is to take a soft cloth measuring tape and measure from the middle of the knee to the coronet band. Each 1/4 of an inch is 0.1 hands. So if you get 14 3/4 inches, the horse will be about 14.3 hands. 15 1/2 inches, the horse will grow to be about 15.2.